What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Lola's farm. Today we're going to continue making a bunch of improvements to our greenhouse, finally get some seeds in the ground, keep doing a bunch of landscaping work over by the stairs, and just continue to make Lola's farm better and better.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like since being here, and tell me if you agree, honey, I feel like breathing is so much easier. No? Is that just me?
I don't know, I got allergies, so I'm on the other end of the spectrum.
That's true, yeah, you cannot agree.
I got 2 different types of lettuce and cauliflower.
Definitely cauliflower, we go through a lot of cauliflower.
I like the lettuce, honey. We used it before, remember we made salads?
Can you check to see if there's any peppers in there? We should get little things to label what everything is too.
Yeah. Alright, I'll make the holes and you put in the seeds.
Okay.
We actually bought all these seeds right at the start of the pandemic, and we thought that we were gonna make a survival garden because we thought all the food, you guys remember that time? We thought like all the food supply was gonna...
We were thinking the worst.
Especially here in Panama. I think everyone had a little bit of that fear in the beginning. Like, what happens if... When you start seeing grocery shelves empty, you're just like, what is going on? I need to start growing some food.
And it was an absolute epic fail.
We would have, our survival garden, we would have not survived off of.
The only thing that ended up growing was tomatoes, which is like the easiest thing to grow anywhere. Over here, we got lettuce. We got 2 different types of lettuce. Swiss chard, aka Charts, cauliflower, B-Rock, I love you, bell peppers. We got 2 rows of spinach, and then we got 2 rows of kale. So hopefully, we just stuck the seeds right in there. Usually what we would do is put them in little planter things to get them going first, but we're taking the Annaval Trades route. If you guys don't know Annaval Trades, she's an awesome YouTuber that has a lot of videos on growing and animals and homesteading, and she's all about simplifying, just throwing the seeds right in the dirt. So that's what we're gonna try, and then hopefully very soon this whole greenhouse will just be flourishing with some food for Lola's farm.
Lunchtime is the best time for you and me. Hey, you're spilling one of them.
I know. One thing that I feel like Jordan and I got away from when we were here the last time is not spending enough time outside on gorgeous days like this.
We didn't have that many gorgeous days though, sweetie. It was like poop weather. We just were in La Nina, which is like the year of a lot of rain, and every day it was raining.
It's such a good thing that Sadie loves being in her carrier because it allows Jordan and I to get so much more stuff done during the day. And it's also a freaking killer workout. We've only been back for what, 4 days? And we're both already just so sore just from doing simple, you know, farm chores and shoveling, but just having this added weight on is just, it's a freaking workout, man.
We also have to just keep going because she's only gonna get bigger.
She's just gonna keep getting bigger. So we gotta get these muscles ready as, you know, she keeps getting bigger and bigger. I feel like every single day she's putting on the pounds. Are you happy to be back on Lola's farm? Lola has also been putting on the pounds when we were back in the States. Grammy Shelley kept giving her cheese sticks. So we got the boys working on digging out this big trench here, which we're actually going to be using as a rock wall. And also, what do you call it, honey? Like a barrier? Retaining wall, yeah. And then all along here where all the plants are, we're going to beef up this whole plant area. It's going to look so good. So it just worked out perfectly because we needed all of this dirt that we're shoveling out in this planter box over here. So this one here, we're gonna use for all of our root vegetables. So we're gonna put some beets, potatoes, onions, carrots, all the root stuff in this one.
All of this was a lot of work. Digging. Let me zoom. Oh, sorry, that was probably super zoomed in. Digging this whole trench for our retaining wall, getting all the dirt in here. This thing took a surprisingly a lot of dirt. We put a lot of hay in there too, but it packs down pretty tight. But this is gonna be our like root garden. So we got carrots, we got onions, we got beets, and we got celery. But that's it for gardening today. Tomorrow is gonna be a hard day. We're gonna start laying down this rock wall. But I'm ready to have an ice cold beer now.
So Jordan and I are on our way back up. We live in a very, very treacherous dirt road, but on the sides there's kind of some big pit areas that really large rocks tend to kind of fall down. And we're just grabbing a few of them along our way up because they're just sitting there taking up space. And we're gonna use them to our advantage for our rock wall along the staircase. Let me see your muscles, honey. Talk about Project DILF mode right there, baby.
We got like 40 or 50 rocks. And now it's time for a beer. That's what I'm talking about right there. This beer is actually made by our neighbor. Now our neighbor's 3 miles away, because between us and our neighbor are cows, but the person that lives closest to us makes his own beer. He has a state-of-the-art brewery, and it's some of the best beer I've ever had. And I've gone to a lot of breweries up in Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Massachusetts, and this beer is so freaking good. The fact that we can get really good beer made on the side of a mountain in Panama. And it's not just that, there's an authentic guy from Italy who makes real authentic gelato and pizza. And there's a bunch of people who have like brought their craft to this town. And when you think this might just be a town of patacones and fried chicken and pizza and maybe some burgers, the food that you can get here and the craft that goes into it is so freaking awesome. This is Sadie Mae preparing her launch in 3, 2, 1. Boop, pew, pew, boop, pew, pew, boop, pew, boop. That's not for you.
What are you doing over there, girl?
That's for Sadie, sweetie. That's not your bed.
Yeah, but I like it.
Raj, you can't be in there. That's Sadie's bed. That's where Sadie sleeps, so that's where Sadie plays. You guys can't use that stuff. Don't make me get out of this seat.
Welcome to the day of no sleep. Kaylee didn't really sleep. I didn't really sleep. I was stuffing my face all night and I feel like the sugar like kept me up.
What were you eating? What do we have?
I took a whole tub of peanut butter and put honey in it and ate it.
That's not that bad.
Honey.
Honey.
I mean, that's pretty high. That's a pretty high caloric intake right there.
Caloric. High caloric.
I'm trying to sound sophisticated.
If you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and eat something, don't be so vegan, so healthy.
You can
do
get
Nutella, do chicharrón, do I don't know, something like.
The weather the last couple days has been probably some of the best days that we've had up here on the farm, and it's crazy because the weather that we looked at last week said this week was going to be one of the worst, windiest weeks, and there is barely any wind today. So we're soaking this up. We're gonna try to spend the whole entire day outside, getting shiz done, moving our bodies, and getting this rock wall.
What are we gonna do with it, honey? Loading?
We are
The brain's loading.
loading.
Processing.
We're getting this rock wall
What are we doing with it?
sexy. Moving our bodies. Such a good system.
Just one. We're mixing up some mortar in this wheelbarrow. 3 parts sand to 1 part cement. And we're laying down these massive rocks. These rocks are really, really heavy. We don't want it to be top heavy, so we want the heavy ones in the bottom, go a little bit lighter as we go up. And then we're just putting a little bit of mortar in between all the rocks to really make it strong.
Smell this. Tell me what you smell.
Smells like lotion.
Like lotion.
For real?
Like coconut lotion?
Are you having?
Yeah.
Are you having to smell Sadie's poop?
Man!
Got you.
Boo, I need you to smell her poop. I need
Is it come with farts?
Just smell it.
I'm Uncle Poo Poo. I think that should be my thing, right?
You gotta. Uncle Poo Poo's gotta smell the poop.
It doesn't smell bad. It smells like yogurt.
It smells like yogurt.
Like yogurt.
It smells like yogurt.
She says that all the time.
It's all done. Let's check it out. Ooh, turkey baby. Oh, 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 coming down.
Like a sunny day.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, you got it! Oh, good job! Look at you! That was your first rollie! Ah, eh, e, oh, ooh, 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 ooh.
Well, it's a start. I got this part. That little part to about right here is all done. Well, I still have to go through and kind of like clean up all the mortar with a little wire brush. But as a start, the whole footer is done. Now we just need to build it up. It doesn't take too long. This is all 1 day of work, so 1 more day and this whole thing should be done. I thought this was gonna be like days and days, something I'd just do a little bit here and there, but I think tomorrow I'll be able to rip through this thing and just finish it out real quick. But it's been a good 10 hours of work today, making cement, moving rocks, doing all that kind of stuff, so I'm beat. I think it's time to go watch the sunset. I'm gonna try and let Kaylee sleep a little bit. It's just me and the teddy bear this morning. Going to check on all of our plants and do some of the morning chores. I'm making some fertilizer with the liquid from the biogas. You can't just use all the liquid or else it'll burn the plants. So it's 1 part that fertilizer to 5 parts water. Gracias. I've passed off Sadie to her Venezuelan mother, and she just immediately fell asleep, which is great for Kaylee because Kaylee's also sleeping. think both of these girls, I think Sadie and Kaylee, need to catch up on a little sleep. Adriana's loving it, so I'm gonna get to work now. Right when you woke up, she started getting fussy. She's like, I know the mummy's awake and I want to eat.
No, she's hello. Hey, baby. As much as I'd love to hang these outside, the wind just picked up and I know these things are gonna go flying everywhere. But at least we got this ladder that definitely comes in handy for stuff like this. All right.
I'm beat. I'm done. I'm done for today. I'm definitely not done with this. This has really taken a long time. It's very, very tedious, especially if you want to make it look good. But you can see this part, 100% done. All this still has a little bit more work to go, but I'm working my way up. And then that still has a long way to go. But it's like putting together a puzzle, but with rocks. It's challenging. It's tough. It's slow going. Just hit 5 o'clock and I've still got to do a bunch of chores. Got to get the puppies on a walk. Got to make Lola food. Got to do a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna go and bang some of that stuff out real quick. There you go. Sadie's just starting to learn how to hold stuff. And when I take this little green ball and hold it above her head, she like reaches for it. I'm trying to like help. There you go. I've been trying to help her grab it. It's so cute. These are things you don't even think about, like that she can't even hold things yet. And one day she's gonna be able to hold this ball like no problem. There you go. There you go. And this is where we're gonna end it. Got a little fire going, helped warm it up in here, but also helped dry out all Sadie's clothes. These are all pretty soaked still. And a wood stove is really one of the only good ways to help reduce moisture content in the air. So right now we're at 61% and it's 90 outside, 90% humidity outside, which is pretty typical here in Panama. But I'm exhausted. Kaylee's exhausted. Sadie's exhausted. Lola's exhausted. Thank you guys for following along, supporting our family, supporting all the work we do here in Panama. Excited to get back after it tomorrow, but we'll see you guys next time.